Hi everyone. So I just want to start off by apologizing for not being able to be there. I'm going to be playing games while you're watching this. I'm sorry that it came to this, but such is life, so I'm gonna do the best I can um, here on this video. So my book that I picked is called The Things They Carried. It's by Tim O'Brien, and it's probably one of my favorite books of all time, but that's not the point. Um, I'm going to start off by reading this quote from the book. It's kind of a bit longer, but I think that it really kind of sums up the book very well, so I'm going to start off with that. It says, "They carried all the emotional baggage of men who might die: grief, terror, love, longing. These were intangibles, but the intangibles had their own mass and specific gravity. They had tangible weight. They carried shameful memories. They carried the common secret of cowardice barely restrained, the instinct to run or freeze or hide, and in many respects this was the heaviest burden of all, for it could never be put down. It required perfect balance and perfect posture. They carried their reputations. They carried the soldier's greatest fear, which was the fear of blushing. Men killed and died because they were embarrassed not to." And so, in case you didn't really get it from that, The Things They Carried is a book. It's a war book about the Vietnam War, and um, basically it follows this specific platoon and the soldiers in that platoon throughout the war, and it talks about the different experiences that they had and the different um, events that took place during this war. And it's classified as fiction because of the author's use of exaggeration, but all the names in this book are made up, but these were real people. Like this author, Tim O'Brien, he really did go to the war, and a lot of these stories are based off of events that really happened to him in the war. And so, even though the book is about war and it's about violence and terror and all these things that not a lot of human beings have been exposed to. Well, a lot of human beings have been exposed to them, but you know what I'm saying? Like the majority of us haven't been. I would say that probably one of the greatest themes of this book is the theme of empathy. And really that's what the book is all about. It's told through the medium of a war story, but it's really all about empathy. And for me, I have found so many ways that I relate to this book. Like there are times that I'm reading this book and I think that is exactly how I feel when I'm in this situation, which is weird because I've never been to war. I've never faced any kind of terror or traumatic event or anything nowhere near equivalent to this, you know? And so I just think that it is amazing that he's able to do that. Tim O'Brien is a phenomenal writer, and really more than anything, his writing inspires empathy in the reader, and it really allows you to connect to these soldiers and to the experiences that they had. And so ultimately, if you are looking for a book about, obviously if you like war books, this is a good one, but I think if you're looking for a book about the human experience, this is a great book. Like I said, it covers a lot of the emotions that we don't like to admit: fear, doubt, anxiety, things like that. Emotions that we all have, yet we don't really like to admit, we don't like to discuss. And I think that it's written beautifully. I honestly cry every time that I read it, and I don't cry, guys. I don't, but for this book I make an exception because it's that good. So I would definitely recommend giving it a read. Again, I'm sorry that I'm not there to watch all of your guys' book talks, but I hope that you guys have a great day, and I really enjoyed being in this class with everyone. So that's about it. Over and out.